Street Cred, breaking down all things MMA with Thomas Doscher and Nick Terdick. Street Cred.
Nick, how you doing, brother?
Hey, Tom, how's it going, man?
You looking good. I like the hat.
Yeah, got this at I think it was the Great South Bay Brewery Punktoberfest 2 years ago.
That's a lot of things to be attached with a hat.
It's a mouthful of a brewery. It really is.
How was that?
It was good. You know, it's a beer sampling. You get the VIP pass. You walk around. You get about a 4-ounce glass of 20 different beers, and you listen to punk music, and you wake up with the worst hangover you've ever had.
That's fantastic.
Yeah,
but you have the
I do it every
hat.
year.
You have the hat to show for it.
Exactly. It's I don't know what brand the hat is, but
Now I got the logo.
Bonefish, Long Island. Yeah, I don't know, but had to have.
I like it. Nick, we're going to talk about UFC 256, and I wanted to ask you, how do you like your new place? I see the background. You got some fancy lights over there. How do you like it?
Yeah, we've upgraded. You know, we are now currently residing on the North Shore of Long Island. Right?
I see that, buddy. Now, you were like in the middle of Long Island, right?
Yeah, we were dead smack in the middle. Now, moving on up North
You moved
Shore.
over to the North Shore, which you always loved.
Love it over here. So
Because you grew up on the North Shore, and then you were like a fish out of water when you were like over in Ronkonkoma.
I didn't know how to act. I was out of place. It was uncomfortable from the beginning. And now I'm finally feeling back to normal, back to my old self.
So you had a single flat, and now you got a duplex, and you're rocking the duplex.
We got two stories in here.
So you're rocking things over there.
Yeah, we're doing our best.
I like the lights. I like the whole thing, buddy. Yeah. Now I'm looking forward to this weekend's fights, right? Because we have a great card, and you were talking about there might be a menu. What's the menu, buddy? There was like a secret menu. What's it all about?
So I try to do something as far as the menu is concerned. Every fight, you know, last time I think we got wings from that new spot down in Huntington Village, LC's Wings. That were very good.
Well, that was great.
This weekend, I'm thinking Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Really?
The bucket.
Old school. I like it. I like where you're going here, bro.
I just want the grease, and I want to wipe it on the new couch.
I like it. Like initiate.
Exactly. It needs that lived-in smell to it, you know, that chicken grease smell.
I like you. I like where you're going, buddy. I don't know if the ladies are going to go for this.
You should probably kill me when I get
we tend to like things that the ladies don't like.
Yeah.
Right?
Me, I love chicken grease. Her?
You do.
Might not love chicken grease.
It's been a while. I got to tell you something. It's been a while, and I'm not ashamed to say it. Since I went to the big bucket Kentucky Fried Chicken thing. But you're talking serious right now.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Same here. I can't tell you the last time I enjoyed some Kentucky Fried Chicken. So I was sitting on the couch. You know, I'm watching UFC 36 as we speak.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I just watched Matt Serra,
and then the Flintstones come on after that. How does that work?
Exactly. Not Matt Serra. I'm sorry, Matt Hughes. I just watched him fight Sakurai. But I was just like, God damn, man, I just really want some fucking fried chicken right now.
Wow. Okay, so we're going to investigate that. And so this Saturday it's on, right?
It's on.
Kentucky Fried Chicken. I look forward to it. All right, brother. So I want to get into the UFC. Let's get into UFC 256. I want to get into the odds, number one, and we're going to make some picks.
Yeah,
right?
Well, we did pretty well last weekend.
You know what? We were almost aligned perfectly on our picks last week.
Yeah.
And I think I hit 3 out of 4. You probably did the same.
I think you were 4 out of 5.
Oh,
If I
4 out of
remember. I
5.
think you were 4 out of 5, and I think I was 4 out of 5 too.
Okay, so let's get into it. This is a great card, Nick.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to this one a lot. This is the last pay-per-view of the year, and we get to see our boy in the co-main event, Tony Ferguson, against I don't even real
Charles
against Charles
Oliveira.
Oliveira. I'm drawing a blank. Yeah,
Listen,
Charles.
we've got so many good things here. Let's go to the top.
Okay.
Okay. First, well, we're going to go to the main card. Okay. Not the first fight. It's going to be the last fight. Okay. We're going to go to Figueiredo and Moreno, if I'm saying that correctly.
Yep.
Okay. Let's talk about that. I flip-flopped.
Okay.
Okay. I was seriously looking, and I could flip-flop again because I'm a Gemini. I don't know if you know that.
You can do that. I
Geminis can do that.
And 5 minutes later, you could be picking the other guy.
Did you know the only people that are allowed to do that are Geminis?
It's a good thing you get the pass then.
It's by law. They signed a law 3,000 years ago, the Galactic.
They gave you the options.
And I loved it. I was kicking around, shitting in my diaper, and I was like, I'm a Gemini, bitch. You can't touch this. Okay. Figueiredo, I flipped on this a little bit, all right? I was actually looking at Moreno because I thought, I still think that kid is a badass kid.
Yeah, I agree.
But what's happening now is the odds are starting to lean further and further. And when I see Vegas, we've seen this too. When I see Vegas start creeping those lines up, it usually indicates that this is some inside information. Figueiredo is a fucking animal. That's all I can tell you, buddy. And I think he might be just a little too much for anybody right now at this point in his career.
Yeah, I agree. I think Moreno is tough and has probably locked in the number 2 spot in that weight class for a long time. I think Figueiredo is the guy at 125 if he continues to still consistently make weight. I think weight is his toughest opponent at toughest opponent at 125, and I think that he's got this in the bag this weekend. Do you know what the odds are on this one?
I'm going to give it to you now, and this is the thing that was concerning me because it didn't start out like this. All right, Figueiredo right now is minus 330, which is indicating that there's some kind of inside information. Somebody knows something because, I mean, the guy's an animal, and I know that, but minus 330, those grounds, that area is usually reserved for Loctite bets and fights. So it looks like, even though I was looking at Moreno, I'm going to go ahead with Figueiredo on that fight because I think there's no way I can go against it.
Okay, so Figueiredo minus 330.
Yeah, it's not great action, but I think that's the move.
No, it's what you have to do. I mean, if I was, I'm going to do the same. I'm not putting any money on Moreno. I don't think he hits as hard. I don't think he's as aggressive, and I just think this weight class is Figueiredo's until he wants to leave because he doesn't want to make the weight anymore.
I think you're 100% right. Okay, so now this is where it gets really. I mean, the whole card is so good.
Yeah.
Everything is so good. But now we're going to talk about some great stuff. Ferguson, we spoke a lot about Ferguson coming back, and now we've got Ferguson, Charles Oliveira. What's your take here, buddy? Talk to me, Nick.
So this fight is going to answer a lot of questions that we've had since him and Gaethje fought. Can Tony Ferguson come back after the beating that he took? Right? Is he going to be the same Tony Ferguson? He's getting older. Even though we haven't seen him slow down yet, you have to question whether or not that beating he took by Gaethje is he going to show his age now? That slowed him up. He got finished in a really brutal fight. Is the blows he took and this time that it took him to recover, going to play a factor. I think personally, he came back too quick. I don't think he's going to be able to recover 100% after that, and I think he's going to be missing a half a step in this fight. Everything tells me to put my money on Ferguson, so I'm going to. It's a catch.
That's a catch. Okay.
I spent 5 minutes putting him down to tell you I'm putting money on him.
Wow.
But that's how good Tony Ferguson is. And I think Charles Oliveira has been on an absolute tear. He's beaten everyone they put in front of him. He just submitted, I think, Kevin Lee in his last fight.
That's right. And that's a big win, buddy.
Absolutely. And he's no one to look past, but I think Ferguson still has what it takes to beat a guy like Charles Oliveira. Other lightweights, I don't think he has what it takes anymore. But I still think he has enough to beat someone like Charles Oliveira.
Okay, so we are on different sides of this fence, the street cred fence here, okay? So now I have to, because I think that Oliveira's he's on a win streak. I think it's seven fights.
7 fights, yes. Yeah, I think you're right.
Okay. I think he's coming into his own, and I'm going with it. I'm going to go with Oliveira, and I think he's the fight. It's plus 145. It's good value.
Yeah.
And I think that there's a lot of question marks. I think a lot of people are on the Ferguson side for good reason, but I do think that every fighter has a curve where they're on a decline and not an incline in their career. And I think that Ferguson is on that decline right now. Now, this is going to be interesting to see if he can actually make a go of this the way he used to.
Yeah.
Trying to take guys late into fights and things like that. But for me, I'm going to go with Oliveira. He's plus 145. It's good value. And I'm thinking this is going to be an absolute kick-ass fight.
Yeah, I do. That's one thing we agree on. I think this fight is going to be fireworks. Tony style, heavy pace, going to cut you up, going to be real unorthodox. I'm interested to see how Oliveira kind of responds to it.
Right. Okay. Moving on. Let's go to match 3. Dern, and I don't know if I'm saying this right. Jandiroba?
Jandiroba.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now
I'm a Mackenzie Dern fan, so let me just get that out of the way. So I'm 100% on Team Dern on this one.
Me too.
Yeah, she's an animal, and she's really hot.
Yep, me too. So, yeah, you know what? And I don't see the one thing I don't see is the age, because I know she's a little older, right?
I'm not sure how old Mackenzie Dern is.
Okay, she's got that. They're both about 115 pounds, 5'4". I think we saw Dern before at one of the fights at your place.
Yeah, I think she submitted. I don't remember who, but I think it was an early first round submission, if I remember correctly.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Now she's minus
she's been
200. She's been on a tear. Minus 200. Nothing to really think about for me. I'm on Dern, and that's an easy pick, and we're on the same side on that.
Yes, Team Dern.
Team Dern, fantastic. This is interesting, buddy. This is such a great card. I mean,
this next fight is like.
I mean, all right. So this is a great card. Here we go. All right, we got Holland, Kevin Holland, right, with Jacare Souza. All right, talk to me, buddy.
All right.
Where are we here?
So, this is a huge fight for Kevin Holland. Huge. right? I think if he wins this fight, not only does he lock himself without a doubt in the top 10, maybe top 7, top 5, but you would put him in the 5 wins in a year category.
Oh, right, because he's still coming in before January 1st.
Exactly. So I think that would be 5 wins on the year for him. Now that's got to be, I mean, I know different people have different opinions about this, but that would be 100% fighter of the year, in my opinion. To come in and beat a guy like Jacare Souza at the end of the year to finish it off and isolate yourself as a top guy in that weight class, that's fighter of the year, in my opinion. And I think Kevin Holland, you were just talking before about fighters on the decline. Kevin Holland is a straight projectile missile, like almost at a 90-degree angle straight to the top. And I think he is still yet to show us what he's capable of. And I think this is a great fight. I think Kevin Holland and Jacare Souza are going to have a battle. I don't think Kevin Holland's going to beat him bad, but I think Kevin Holland is going to, sneak a win out here. I really do. I think he's going to do enough to beat Jacare Souza. All
right, so let's stay with this before I get to my side of it. Let's stay with this. And how do you see this ending? You see that as a decision?
I see this as a decision. Yeah, I see Kevin Holland winning the fight via decision.
Because it should be a very closely contested fight. I think a decision is not out of the ordinary. This is crazy because they weren't supposed to fight these two guys. And I was on the Kevin Holland train, all right, for the last 6 months. But in this particular matchup, okay, I'm going on record here, going with Jacare.
Oh, are you?
I am, and I didn't think I would. I told you that I thought I might have flip-flopped some of my picks here, right? And this one here, my gut tells me that Holland is not ready for this experience.
I see where you're coming from. I mean, he is the seasoned veteran. He's fought a lot of guys. A lot of those guys had belts at one point, so he definitely is the more experienced fighter. I'm just like your gut's telling you take Souza, my gut's telling me take Kevin Holland.
I like it.
Who was he scheduled? I forget who he was scheduled to fight before they made the Souza fight. So much happens in this MMA world that it's hard, especially these COVID times. It's hard to keep track of who these guys were supposed to fight.
Oh, I'm trying to think now. You're right, and I'm drawing a blank. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I know that Holland was supposed to fight somebody else, and was it COVID?
I think it was COVID or something.
I think somebody tested for COVID.
Yeah,
and we were so looking forward to that fight, buddy.
We were supposed to get it last weekend, I think, or 2 weeks ago.
I think it was last weekend. Oh, yeah. Man. So, and I wish I'm drawing a blank. There's just so much action and so many fights going on right now. It's hard to keep track.
I know.
And so many COVID pullouts and so many replacements. And, when you think about this, think about the aspect of this. We used to have guys missing weight, right? And guys getting injured in a camp leading up to a fight. And now we've got the same things that we always had, but we also have COVID.
I know.
So these cards, as great as they are, is that question mark with the COVID still. But you know what the upside is? If there could possibly be an upside, is that you wind up with these inadvertent matchups because of the COVID cancellations. This is a matchup that really never would have been made.
Yeah.
Think about it.
That's a good point. And I think you'll start seeing it more. I mean, as if they keep, if we keep having these spikes in COVID cases and then, guys are stepping out, you'll see, bigger names stepping up and taking fights because, if they've had a fight not too long ago and they're still in shape and their weight's down, why not jump in and do it again?
Stay with that, Nick. I think it's a great point, and I just want to touch on it for a second. My feeling is this: in any profession, your profession, my profession, if you're in the fight game, doesn't it serve you well to be in not in camp, in fight shape, where you could get into a camp for a couple of weeks and make something happen? I mean, that's your job, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think these guys, most of these guys, at least the ones that I know, they don't really get too out of shape.
Correct.
So they're always training. Whether it's taking class or rolling, doing jujitsu,
Correct.
wrestling, and then
Right.
they get their weights somewhat close, and then when camp starts, that's when they really start, turning up the heat on the training, the weight loss, the strength training, and they really put themselves in, their body through what it takes to get ready for a fight.
So we're in agreement. You should always be in some kind of in shape enough to get into a quick camp. Because
Yeah.
now, think about the possibilities now. A quick camp, if you're able to, and they should all be able to, in my opinion, because that's your job. A quick camp gives you opportunities now that you may have never had before, number one. And number two, you may never be able to pass up because you may never get it again.
100%. You're watching it right now. Kevin Holland, Jacare Souza, top guy
That's
in the
right.
weight, and he's a
Okay.
guy who's, I don't think was ranked up until 2 weeks ago, maybe even last
Right.
week. So I mean,
Right.
you can't pass up this opportunity if you're Kevin Holland. And Jacare Souza, kudos to him too for taking this fight. He doesn't really have much to gain here, and he's still showing up and wants to compete.
I love it. Okay, good stuff. Let's move on. Now, this is another great one right here. This is Dos Santos and Gain. Now,
Yes.
I didn't know a lot about Gain, but apparently this is a bad boy, 6-0 on a tear. The thing that surprises me here, and this is where I get nervous, but I never really get nervous because I'm a Gemini.
You're
Wait.
Gemini. You can get whatever you want, and then you can unget.
I can get double nervous and then change my mind and be like, not even freaked out. What are you talking about? I said that? I didn't never said that. Look, minus 440. All right. This is Vegas. I'm looking at the ESPN app.
Yeah.
All right. Dos Santos plus 340. This is weird.
Yeah.
Okay. Now this is a flip flop, and this is value that I'm going to make. All right. So let me just I'll weigh in first. We'll get you going with Dos Santos.
Yeah. I mean, if you're not,
I'm doing it.
yeah, if you're not,
There's too
taking
much
Dos
value
Santos,
here.
yeah, you got it. Even if it's something small, you got to go with Dos Santos as far as betting goes, because I mean, I look at Cyril Gain, 6-0. The kid's, obviously the heavy favorite, but I mean, to be that heavy of a favorite against a veteran like Junior Dos Santos, the guy has the capabilities to finish fights, get you tired, really use his IQ to, sneak out a win here. I can't see how I would put my money on anyone other than Dos Santos in this situation.
I mean, I agree with you. I know there's hot shots and up and comers and everything like that, but 6-0, I mean, Dos Santos has been in there with everybody that's ever been created. And
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I've seen him take down and beat guys that I never expected him to beat. I never thought.
I mean, he's got 20 some odd wins. You know what I mean? Like the guy has been fighting for a long time, and like you said, it's not his first time ever fighting a young guy who's on his way to be really good. So I agree with you. I think he's a veteran in the sense of he's had more fights in UFC and professional MMA, and I think he's a veteran as he's been in this situation before and need not to worry. Junior Dos Santos knows what to do.
Well, that's a great point, because I always think about when the waters are deep for some of these guys. Now, a guy that's on a 6-0 run, which is Gain, right? Who doesn't have that experience. if the rivers get deep and you've got to really start figuring shit out on the fly, to me, I'm with Dos Santos here, buddy. The experience level is too much to overcome here.
Yeah, I agree 110%. It's why they fight. It's why this is, a great card.
That's right.
We're looking forward to it because we're going to get to see these things pan out.
That's right. Now, I have one here that is not, but I think we both like it. So I want to just take a shot at this one. It's not on the main card, but it's the prelim card. And that's why I've been saying this for a while, and we'll get into this on another night. But that's why the UFC cards are so exciting, because they're just action-packed. Here is a prelim fight, okay? And it's Cub Swanson versus Pineda, right? This is a great, great fight here. And Cub Swanson is plus 135 here,
Yep.
right? And I'm all over Cub because I'm just a big fan.
Yeah, and Cub is personally one of my favorites of all time. He's one of my favorite fighters of all time. He's got some of the best fights ever in the UFC. Against Chris Boy. He has my pick. Well, he is my pick 110%. I put all my money down on Cub. He's fighting a kid who's tough. Pineda, I think. And Pineda, I think he's got a bunch of wins at the weight, and I think he's got almost 30 wins if I'm.
Oh, you know what? You're right. I'm looking at it now. Pineda's minus 160. Okay. He's got a 27-13 record.
Yeah.
So and Cub Swanson been around forever. Cub Swanson is 26-11. And I think a lot of times when you talk about these fights, we talk about the style makes the fight. So the fact that Pineda is minus 160, I think, is based on style.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm still staying with Cub Swanson. Maybe I just like that name, Cub Swanson, too much, but I like the fighter behind it also. That is a cool name.
You can't be bad with the name Cub. You're just destined to be great.
Do you think that there's a lot of responsibility putting on a child, naming a kid Cub Swanson? They have to be great, right?
It's a tremendous amount of pressure. Tremendous amount. I've seen kids in youth wrestling, right? And it's always like the young, like 7-year-old fucking badass that's got the name like Bo or like Mace or, something like that. Some badass, and they're always tough. It's like a prerequisite. If you're given this name at birth, you've got to kick ass at some point in your life.
So you have to uphold the name, right?
Yeah, you gotta wear it. And you gotta kick ass. You gotta put on for whoever it is.
Cub's like not even a human. Cub's like a tiger.
Yeah, he's like I don't even know, tiger cub or a baby bear, right?
So this is all good stuff. So that's the card. That's where we're at. We'll post this on our pages before the fight, and we'll revisit this with Street Cred after the fight. We'll do a post-fight, and we'll see how we make out. Now, in between then, take care of yourself, Nick. Always a pleasure, and I look forward to the evening activities, especially this Kentucky Fried Chicken that you're talking about.
Yeah, man.
It might be 20 years, buddy, since I had a bucket.
Good. The Colonel is going to be excited to see you.
I'll tell you what, and you know what? I've got to revisit the menu because I'm so out of touch that, you know what I mean? I don't even know what's on the menu anymore.
All you need to know is extra crispy. Listen,
I'm going to tell you right now on record, I don't want any of that healthy bullshit on the menu. I want the real artery clogging, breaded up, oiled up. Like if we're going to do Kentucky Fried Chicken, we're going to do it right.
I want to take the drumstick and just dip it in the tube or the tub of mashed potatoes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what we're doing. I'm not inviting you over for a salad, and we're gonna watch
Like
the
the
fight.
next time that I get my cholesterol checked, I want to just take one of the drumsticks and just stick it in the machine and say, "Look, that's my cholesterol." All right?
Yeah,
Sometimes you live on the edge, right? When you're doing Kentucky Fried Chicken, I mean,
it's the only
God
way I
forbid-
know how to live.
I love it. All right, buddy. The new place looks great, and I look forward to the next episode. Street Cred. Thomas
right.
Doscher, Nick Terdick, and I'll talk to you soon, brother. Over and out.
Take care, man. See you later.
Take care.